The night she came back, I smelled the betrayal before I even saw her face. There was a scent I couldn't place. Not her perfume, not her shampoo. Something foreign, something that screamed someone else's touch. When she walked through the door, smiling weakly, her hands trembled. My wife, the woman I trusted with my entire soul, returned from her girl's trip with a sickness she tried to hide and a secret growing inside her belly. And in that moment, as I stared at her shaking voice and pale lips, I made a silent promise. I would destroy her the same way she destroyed me. It started 3 weeks before she left. Olivia had been distant, constantly texting someone with a nervous smile she tried to suppress whenever I walked in. "It's just the girls," she'd say, slipping her phone under a pillow. I wanted to believe her. After all, we had been married for 8 years, shared a home, a life, and a future. But doubt, once it enters your heart, it never leaves quietly. When she announced the girls' trip, I even helped her pack. I folded her favorite blue dress, the one I'd bought her on our honeymoon, without knowing she'd wear it for another man. I kissed her goodbye at the airport, and she kissed me back like she was already gone. The first few days passed in silence. No calls, just short messages. "Having fun. Love you." But then one night, I got a call from her friend, Jenna, drunk and crying. "She's not with us, Mark. She never came." My world tilted. I spent the next 5 days in torment, staring at her location on my phone, watching it move from hotels to restaurants in another city. When she returned, she looked pale, her once bright skin now gray, her eyes sunken. "Food poisoning," she whispered when I asked what happened. I nodded. My heart wanted to believe her, but my instincts screamed otherwise. Weeks later, when she fainted in the kitchen, I drove her to the hospital. The doctor came out, holding a chart and wearing that professional mask of sympathy that feels like a knife. "Congratulations," he said. "Your wife is about 6 weeks pregnant." The silence between us was thunder. I could barely breathe. She looked at me, eyes full of tears, lips quivering. "Mark, it's not what you think." But it was exactly what I thought. I didn't shout. I didn't hit her. I just stared, walked out of that hospital room, and let the storm build inside me. Love had died that day, and something else, darker, colder, had been born in its place. That night, while she slept on the couch, I sat in my office and made a plan. Revenge wouldn't be quick. It would be slow. I would make her feel every ounce of pain she gave me, not through anger, but through precision. I would make her believe I forgave her, and then take away everything she loved, piece by piece. For months, I played the perfect husband. I told her I understood, that I wanted to work things out. Her relief was my poison. Every smile she gave me only fed the fire inside. I took her to doctor appointments, held her hand, told her it didn't matter who the father was. But behind that smile, I was counting every lie she told, every breath she took, waiting for the perfect time. I started with her world, her reputation. Olivia was a marketing executive, proud, respected. So, I began whispering, subtly, to her colleagues. I let the truth leak in small doses. Her boss, her friends, even her mother began to look at her differently. "She's been under stress," I'd say gently, while planting seeds of doubt. Within 3 months, she was isolated, abandoned by everyone who once adored her. Then came the house. I sold our assets, withdrew our savings, all legally tied to my name. When she questioned it, I told her it was for family stability. She believed me. Trust, even after betrayal, can be a dangerous weakness. When the baby was born, I didn't even look at it. She named him Eli, but to me, he was a ghost, the proof of her sin. Still, I pretended to care. I played the loving husband, the forgiving man. Every day she'd thank me for understanding, and every night I'd lie awake, imagining the face of the man who had done this. Months later, when I finally discovered his name, Daniel Carter, a colleague from her firm, the world went red. I tracked him quietly, learned everything. His job, his car, his favorite cafe. I didn't want to just hurt Olivia anymore. I wanted to crush him too. The plan expanded, like a disease spreading through my mind. And one evening, I set it in motion. I invited Daniel to a business meeting under a fake name, cornered him in a deserted parking lot, and told him exactly who I was. The color drained from his face. I didn't touch him, not yet. I wanted him to live with fear first. "You ruined my life," I said, voice steady. Now I'll ruin yours. And I did, piece by piece. His reputation collapsed under anonymous accusations I planted. His girlfriend left him. His job suspended him. I didn't stop until he was nothing but a whisper of guilt on the wind. But as I watched them both crumble, Olivia sobbing alone in that cold apartment, Daniel hiding from the world, something strange happened. I didn't feel peace. I felt empty. 1 year later, my life was a shell. I had everything. The money, the control, the satisfaction of revenge. And yet, every night, I stared at the ceiling, haunted by the echo of her cries. Olivia had lost her job, her friends, her sanity. She called me every day, begging to talk, but I never answered. I wanted her to drown in silence. Then one night, there was a knock on my door. I opened it to find her, frail, sick, holding the baby in her arms. "He's dying, Mark," she said, voice trembling. "The doctors said he needs surgery. I can't afford it. Please." I stared at her, the woman who had burned my world. I should have felt triumph. Instead, I felt the old rage boiling again, that dark, poisonous joy that fed on her misery. "You made your bed," I said coldly. "Now lie in it." She cried, begged, even fell to her knees. But I turned away. The sound of her breaking echoed in the hall long after she was gone. 2 weeks later, I read the headline, "Infant dies after mother denied help." And beneath it, her photo. Her eyes were closed. A bottle of pills beside her. She'd taken her life the same night. I dropped the paper and screamed, for the first time in years. Not out of sorrow, but realization. I hadn't destroyed her. I destroyed myself. There was no victory in this, only ashes. The revenge that once felt sweet had turned into poison that devoured everything. Love, life, and even my soul. Now I sit alone in the house we built together, surrounded by ghosts of what I once had. The walls remember laughter, the bed remembers warmth. But all I have left is the echo of my vengeance, and the curse of knowing I became the monster I swore I'd punish. Moral of the story: revenge doesn't heal the wound. It only teaches you how deep you can bleed.